You know what spreads faster than any virus? It's fear. And when it comes to fear, you can either forget everything.
Test 1, 2. All right, here we go. Test 1, 2. Let's go. Can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, say yes. If you can hear me, I need to hear you. Say yes. I love it. Thank you so much. Every time that I present, I have 2 rules. How many rules? 2. Let's try this again. Anytime that I present, I have 2 rules. How many rules? 2. I love it. Give me a 2 clap. Thank you. Rule number 1 is to be open. What's rule number 1 to be? Open. The opposite of being open is closed. Hard to get a lesson or a principle or to get a nugget if your heart is like, dude, I know this stuff already. I already saw Black Adam. I don't need to watch The Rock on the stage. Even if he's gonna pop his pecs. My request of you is that you're open. How many of you attend seminars, workshops, symposiums? Raise your hand and say, I. Yeah, and you all know the deal. Show up to a seminar, hey, how's it going? It's so great. And you sit down and you're like, okay, that's not that relevant for me. Let me go to the source of all light, knowledge, and truth, Facebook. Or for some of you guys know, mine's TikTok. I'm here to give you something to move your life forward so that you don't repeat the same mistakes that you've been repeating. I'm not the keynote speaker who's gonna make you feel really good, warm and fuzzy, and get you hopped up and motivated. That's not me. I don't give a damn if you like me. I don't. What I'm here to do is help you to get something so that you can course correct and move your life forward. And the only way to do that is if you are open. It is hard to get lessons and insights if your mind is like, I already know this stuff. I saw Robbins Tony guy, and I saw this other guy. Don't care what your past is. Are you willing to be open, yes or no? Yes. Will you open your mind? Yes. Yes or no? Yes. Will you open your You're pretty good. Let's try this again. Will you open your ears? I love it. Will you open your heart? And even your body. Some of you guys are like this. Dude, sit up. Everyone sit up. You guys are like, I'm not doing this guy's thing. That's not open. That is not open. I need you to be like 7-Eleven. Open. And if you'll be open, I promise you, you'll get something. An insight. It just takes one insight. It just takes one conversation. It just takes one principle to move your life forward. I've been to so many of these things. I remember back in the day going to my very first ever seminar. It was like $500 for one day. I was like, dude, this is freaking expensive. It's back in 2006. I was just inside of the mortgage industry. I remember I showed up to this seminar, and again, back in the day, $500 was a lot of money for me. It still is a lot of money, relatively speaking. So I sit down, I'm like, okay. And I was so excited. This was like my first thing, really. And the speaker gets up and he asks a question. What would you do with your life if money was not an object? If money was not an issue? And I was like, and because I was so hungry, because I was so open, because I was like, I had this special hunger. I wanted to succeed. I was like, and I started to say these things. I would speak, and I would change lives. And I started just to write all these things down because I was open. I've also been to seminars where I've paid a lot more than $500, and I didn't quite have the best attitude. I'd sit down and I would do the same thing I was just kind of making fun of. This dude don't know what he's talking about. So I'd do my thing, like I'd pay money to get on a flight, get an Airbnb or a hotel, leave my family to go sit on my cell phone. Like, what the heck, Setema? If you're gonna move your life forward and produce results, you have got to train yourself right here, right now to be open. Don't close your mind, don't close your heart. If at any part during my presentation, that little tiny voice is like, I already know that. Those words will kill you. It's hard to learn something if you think you already know that. How many of you know what I'm talking about? Say, I. So, will you be open, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes or no? Yes. I want you to turn to someone next to you, put your hand on their shoulder and say, I'm open. And if you didn't do it because you're like, well, there's no one next to me. Go find someone, turn to someone else, put your hand on the shoulder and say, I'm open. I love it. Let's try this again. Give me a 2 clap. Come on. I know y'all don't have too much rhythm because you're white. Just kidding. Don't call HR off to get trouble. But I need like 2 claps together. Let's try this again. 2 clap. Oh, very good. So rule number 1 is to be. I love it. Thank you so much. Now, rule number 2, when I present, is participation. What's rule number 2? What's rule number 2? Participation. Oh, good. I was looking at the young sister at the back. She was like, and then she saw me looking at her. She was like, participation. Not at a low level, but at a high level. Give me a 2 clap. Thank you so much. So here's my request of you. I do have a request. All my people on the back tables, you can leave your stuff there. You can save your stuff with your laptop and your bags. I'm gonna ask you to come into the chairs. Now, I'm not gonna force you, but I'm gonna request of you. So, I'm gonna give you 10 seconds. Come on. Give me some music while they're moving, let's go, come on. Hey, give them a hand. Yeah, buddy. Clap with me, yeah. Yeah, buddy, come on. Clap it up, come on. Hey, you should see some of their language out there like, mother. I don't know what they're saying after mother, but they're saying mother. I love it. So rule number 1 is to be. Rule number 2 is not at a low level, but at a. Look at someone next to you, put your arm on their shoulder and say, I will participate. Yeah. Y'all didn't know Shelly joined a cult. Just kidding. Give me that 2 clap. Yes, thank you so much. So, like, who is this guy up here? Why am I here? I said this earlier. I don't want to be liked by you. My job, my purpose is to help you to see what's not working in your life so you don't do the old Bill Murray, Groundhog Day. You guys seen Groundhog Day? Raise your hand if you've seen Groundhog Day. Right? He's like, man, put your little hand in, blah. Some of you guys have been living Groundhog Day. I get it. 2023, new year, new me. And you get excited and you get hopped up and you buy the gym membership and you write some goals down and you hear some amazing presenters up here and you're like, yes. And then the moment you step out of these doors, you're like, just kidding. And you go back to a term that we call old self-gravity. What's it called? Old self-gravity is the past, what you have been trained, taught, and educated. It is who you believe that you are and or who you believe you are not. This is amazing that I'm here, but more importantly, that Shelly has done such a phenomenal job at building City2Shore. How about a hand for Shelly? And Steve, yeah, love it. Thank you. 2003, I come home from the NFL. Any Patriots fans in here? No. What the? Oh my God. Cue the Stone Cold or The Rock wrestling music. Here we go. I come home from the NFL, win a Super Bowl with the Patriots, like live my dream. It was amazing. I was there for the first Super Bowl. I hope it looks like I played something, but I come home and I'm done. And so I'm just like lost in my life. I'm like, what do I do with my life? You know, when you're in high school football and college football and NFL, there's always football. Nod your head if you know what I'm talking about. There's school, so like, this is what I do. And then it was like, I was done. There was no more secretaries to, do things and agents to do things. And I was on my own. And I had a buddy of mine who had a check. It's like $30,000. And I'm like, dude, that's like kind of like the football money. Like, what'd you do, make that last year? He's like, no, I made that last week. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I do mortgages. I'm like, don't make fun of me. What the heck is a mortgage? Right, 26, 27 years old, had no clue what a mortgage is, mortgages. So I jump into mortgages and start killing it. Who was part of the real estate or mortgage industry back in 04, 05, 06, 07? So it was a good time, right? If you have a social security and a heartbeat, I can get you a loan. It's only gonna be 5 points on the back, 2 points on the front. We're gonna do an option, I'm doing what we find 3 years. I just did what I was taught to do. In 04, 05, 06, this rise, built this brand new home. I mean, this is what you do. This was kind of my first time with money. So I got my son on my chest, he's brand new baby, 2006 December, 6,000 square foot home, 3-car garage up on the benches in Provo, Utah. I'm like, God, I've arrived, thank you. I'm just gonna do the work, yes, thank you. And I was very unfulfilled. I was empty. Like I was looking for purpose and meaning, but for Setema, that was not it. And I had this dream. I was like, what do I really want to do with my life? And the dream was to do what I do today. I've spoken on stages next to Gary Vee, Tony Robbins, Damon John, a lot of big names. We run our own events when people fly to us. I love what I do. But the cool part is this, in 2008, as the economy goes, whoa, I wasn't ready for it. There's a recession, there's a kind of a crazy, tumultuous time coming right now. How many of you have had, real talk, have had any kind of anxiety or fear with what's going on in the marketplace? Just raise your hand if you have. Thank you, some of you are honest, some of you are liars. Just kidding. 2008, we get evicted out of our home, kicked out. All the homes from Florida to Vegas to California to Utah, gone. I was so paralyzed by the adversity that I was facing. By the time we went from our 6,000 square foot home, we had built a 8,000 square foot home. I mean, we were building and moving and chucking and jiving. I ended up in a 900 square foot townhome. And I'm depressed, and I'm discouraged. I have no money. Like, we went from big team, 7 figures, multiple 7 figures, and people are like, how could you lose it all? It's easy. You keep paying people when the market's going like this, and I was overly optimistic thinking, oh, I'll do this. I wasn't skilled and prepared. By 2009, my wife is, and this is the day that everything changed for me. My son, who just turned 16, my oldest, it's like 3 at the time, and he's pouring cereal in a bowl, and he's pouring the milk in the bowl of cereal. And if you know anything about cereal and milk, you know it looks like you can pour more in there and it just starts to overflow. How many of you know what I'm talking about? And because we were so financially broke, because I was so broken inside and we were broke financially, I look at my son and I look at him, I'm like, Zion, what are you doing? You're wasting the freaking milk. And I'm spitting, I'm yelling, and as the words come out of my mouth, I just could not grab them fast enough. And my son looks at me with his eyes, he just starts crying. I'm like, well, Setema, what are you doing? This is your life? Super Bowl champion, all conference team captain, multi 7-figure earner, and now you're reduced to yelling at your son because he's wasting milk. I was like, Dad, this doesn't work anymore. And my wife's like, baby, what are we gonna do? Like, we can't pay the bills, we can barely pay the rent. And she was super supportive. She never said, you need to go get a job. She was just like, what are we gonna do? And I was like, I know what I gotta do. Go over, open this case where my Super Bowl ring was at. I jump online, I find a collector in New York, buy a flight. My wife drives me to Salt Lake City Airport. I'm sobbing. I'm snot myself, because it was embarrassing. Fly to New York, give him the ring, he gives me cash. I'm like, I'm gonna rebuild, I'm gonna do this thing, yeah. Come home and run out of money again. By 2010, I'm in a room like this, file a bankruptcy. Good old 8-figure bankruptcy, draw a line in the sand, step forward. I'm like, okay, it's time to go. It was 2010. 2010, No more Super Bowl ring, sold my wife's wedding ring, all the cars are repossessed, all the homes are foreclosed, I'm overweight, and I am lying to everybody. How you doing? And I'd go to church and I'd be like, I'm so good, brother. Hey, brother, how you doing? Oh, man, if I was any better, I'd be twins. I'd be triplets. And I go to the next thing. How you doing? Oh, man, what's up, man? I'm so good. And then I'd go home. And I sit down. I'm like, man, what's going on? What's going on? This is not the life I want to live. This is not what I was born to do. I knew it, and I knew God knew it. And for some of you listening right now, I don't care how successful you are in one part of your life, if you'll actually stop lying and tell the truth and like really look within, you'll actually feel something, be like, I don't like this. How many of you know what I'm talking about, truthfully? Raise your hand. Yeah, if you're just real. Now, if you want to live well, 20 filters later, let me do a couple shades here. Now I got to go back to my boring life, but let me show that my life is amazing. You can do that, cool. I promise you 12 months from now, if I were to come back here, you'll be in the same spot. Does anyone want to be in the exact same spot next year that you are this year? No, heck no. Hell to the no, no, no. Right? So what changed for me is number one, I stopped lying. And I started to tell the truth. Some of you guys are like, oh shoot, how does he know? I know because I coach people for a living. This is what I do. I reach into people's hearts and souls. I'm like, wake up! Stop lying. You can stop with the whole shenanigans. New year, new me. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna stop. Donut, oh my gosh, what is that? Or, hey, new year, new me. I'm supposed to call people. I'm supposed to go recruit people. Let me go check what's on TikTok. 30 minutes later. Oh, shoot. Well, have a good day. It was a good day today. Hey, babe, how was your day? Oh, it's tough out there. Can't get any clients. Next day. Oh, what's this over here? Oh, my gosh. Hey, good day today. See you guys. Some of you guys are lying about doing what's required. And hardly anyone's going to call you on it because we are trained, taught, and educated. Oh, girlfriend, you look so good. Who you kidding? My wife will literally say, baby, how do you like this? And early in my marriage, I was like, oh, you look amazing. And about 8 years in marriage, we had a wake up. I just tell the truth. Don't like it. Go change. If you want to change and transform your life, you need to stop lying and tell the truth. Some of you guys right now, I get it. I don't lie. I don't lie. I've had clients come to my program. I really don't lie, Setema. And I'm like, I give my Kevin Hart, right? You walk in the elevator, someone's like, how you doing? You're like, oh, I'm great. While deep inside, you're wondering how you're going to pay some of your bills. While deep inside, you're struggling with confidence. While deep inside, you're like, dude, how come I just can't lose weight? Well, for some of you, you're like, dude, I don't like what's going on in my marriage, but I don't have the courage to confront my wife, so I'm just going to go talk to the dudes over here and complain about it. That's lying. Nothing that I teach, nothing that Vanna or Shelly or Steve or any of the presenters, the Rutherfords, nothing that they teach will help you if you continue to cover your eyes and lie. I'm really happy with my weight. Really? You should stop fat shaming people. I ain't fat shaming no one. I'm talking about you telling the truth about where you are. It's called current reality. What do we call it? What's your current reality? Do you love your life? Do you love your life? Do you like how you feel every day? I'm gonna just ask some questions. Do you like opening up your phone, looking at your bank account and being like, yeah? Or are you like, I don't wanna look at my account Because maybe if I just don't look at it, something magical will just happen. Stop lying. Some of you guys still right now, you're like, I don't lie. Well, you're either lying about where you really are, called current reality, or you're lying about what you want. See, some people, it's hard for them to be around this Setema because I want it all. I want it all. Good example, 2013, take my wife to New York City. Amazing. Who's been in New York City? Raise your hand and say yes. You guys like New York City, yes? I'd never been, except when I played football, and even then, that's just get in, get out. So I get this awesome hotel, get everything lined up, and it's time to buy the flights. Setema was a cheap bastard back then. First class, I don't need that, it's too much money. So I found myself sitting in the back seat, big old Setema, dripping with sweat. I'm like, 4 hours? And the whole flight, I kid you not, my mind's like, you dummy. When he, like, did you really, I hated it. And it was at that moment, I was like, something gotta change. It took me a little bit to get my mindset out of scarcity and into abundance. By 2018, I made up a declaration. I will never fly in the back of the plane. I only fly first class. Now some of you guys are laughing like, that makes sense. Well, come be in my body, size 15 shoe, big old tree trunks, big old ham hocks, big old chest, and try to sit next to me in the back, and you'll be like, I know what I want. Now some of you might be like, okay, that's cool, that's what you want, but my question is, what do you want? I love to travel in style, meaning I love space. I rented, again, same thing, 2017, we're in Utah on vacation, and I rent this tiny little SUV because I'm like, I don't know. Again, my mind was in scarcity. And we're trying to pack all the bags. I got 3 boys, they all have their own carry-on luggage. I got my carry-on luggage with my big old duffel bag because I got workout clothes and shoes, and just, my clothes are huge. It's like, if you fold my clothes, it's like a sheet. And I remember just sitting in the parking lot like, this is stupid. So I only ever fly first class. I only ever rent full-size SUVs. And even if it's just me driving, guess what I rent? Full-size Escalade, Suburban, and I don't care what it is, it's full size. When we vacation with my family, it's the big Airbnb. I started to tell the truth about what I wanted. Here's my question, what do you want? Real talk. How do you want to experience life? Some of y'all in here, should I say this? Some of you in here don't even know what an amazing orgasm is anymore. I ain't even wincing at it. Because you refuse to confront your spouse in your marriage and you're like roommates. Last time I checked, I'm like, I confront stuff in my marriage. I collide, I confront, I communicate so fast with my wife. Why? Because I know what I want. Do you know what you want? Or are you still like, oh, I don't want to say that? So step 1 to transforming your life is to stop and tell the truth. Let's try this again, because some of y'all participated at a very piss poor level. Stop and tell the truth. Stop and tell the truth. Stop and tell the truth. Okay, that's my girl over there. She's like, okay, I'm participating. And let me give you 4 things you can just take a look at to make it easy. Thank you so much. I'm always like sweating. And number 1, stop lying about your body. Your what? And you might be like, Setema, I don't want to be a bodybuilder. I never said be a bodybuilder. But did you know if you want to make more money, you ought to weaponize and strengthen your what? Get more energy. How many of you truly believe that if you strengthened your body, took care of yourself, put the donuts down, put the munchies down, and just, maybe go for a walk and then try some, downward dog, or some curls, or just, how many of you know that if your body was stronger, you'd actually produce more? Raise your hand and say yes. Yeah. Tell the truth about your body, your fitness, your health, your energy. And I can tell you right now, if you're like, caffeine, 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 and hopefully none of you are like, good. If you don't know what that is, good. Tell the truth about what you want, okay? Stop lying about your purpose or your spirituality. Some of you guys are like, what? Having purpose and being connected to a higher being actually gives you power. There was a study done with military. Any veterans in here? My man, but you are a Buffalo Bills fan, so put your hand down. There was a study done where they found that the men who actually had a higher purpose, something that they were fighting for, that actually could last and endure longer. They could go farther. So physically, spiritually, tell the truth inside of your relationships. Now you guys are like, dude, Tim, I came here to make money with real estate. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. But I can coach people in real estate. Vaughn and the crew was up here. Shelly and Rennie and Steve, they were up here giving you stuff. But some of you can't even hear it because the obstacles are your health. The obstacles are lack of purpose. And the obstacles, while you're trying to hunt for food in the real estate market, you have erosion because you know stuff at home isn't right. You're not connected to your children. You're not connected to your lover. You're not making passionate love and intimacy and connection and communication. So when you're out here, you're like, shit, I wish I was home. Then when you're at home, you're like, oh my gosh, I gotta get back to work. Not even present. Physical, spiritual, relational, and then let's talk about money, money, money. 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 If any of you have a problem and you think money is evil, I will take one for the team and take your money. Guys, money is the currency that we have today. True or false? You should actually have a desire to have more money. Not so you can say, look at me, look at the cool stuff I buy. I'm talking about because you create more value. Dollars follow value. Say it.
Dollars follow value.
Say it again.
Dollars follow value.
Say it again.
Dollars follow value.
Look at someone in the eyes and say it again.
Dollars follow value.
What does this mean? You see, I have this iPhone here. I'm not an Apple distributor, but if you do get your 3 people and they get 3 people and they sell iPhones, we can make money together. Just kidding. About $1,000. I gave them 1,000, they gave me the iPhone because I wanted the thing that I valued more than money. In real estate, you're creating value for people. If you want more money, you just have to ask the question, how do I get other people to want to give me money because they value what I have, and that's your service, that's your programs. What if you stopped lying today and started to tell the truth? I know some of you are going to struggle with this for a little bit, and it's okay. I was the biggest liar. For the longest time, I was like, I want to have this lifestyle, but I think it's better to be humble. And I was pulled. And then I just finally had a principle that just touched me. To transform your life, and if you want to get something from today and tomorrow, right, we talked about this when I present. I have 2 rules. How many rules? You need to learn to be. Just stay open. Everywhere you go, you're like, God, there's something God of the universe is trying to teach me. And then rule number 2 is to participate, not at a low level, but at a. If you can do that through life, now we move on to the first step of transformation, which is to stop lying and tell the truth about where you are. We call this current reality, and then tell the truth about what you results. Say it 4 times.
Results.
Do you know the results that you want? So, come back here to 2011, bankrupt, broke, physically overweight, miserable. 2023, I love my life. I love what I do. Money is not an issue. There is a sense of freedom. I feel like Braveheart. Any of you guys seen Braveheart? freedom, and then they kill him. This whole game for you being here is ultimately freedom. You want to make a lot of money, but be glued to your phone. I gotta work. Is that freedom? No. You could have time freedom, but if you don't have financial freedom, then you're like chilling. So if to transform your life, stop lying, tell the truth. And once you start to do that, step 2 is this. Get clear. Say it. Say it with a smile. Say it louder. Turn my volume up. Up. Say it one more time. Get clear about this life. How you want to live. I heard the panel up here with Vandana. You know, they're talking about affirmations and routines. And I promise you, if you're in the audience and you are not clear that you will have an amazing life, all you're going to hear is the Charlie Brown. I wouldn't want to go work out if I didn't want to look a certain way. I would not date my wife if I didn't want to have an amazing, connecting, close, intimate marriage. If you want to produce results in your life, not just real estate, but have time freedom, experience the day, connect with people, travel, or play video games, whatever you want to do. You got to go get clear. How clear are you about what you want? How clear are you about what you want? And clear is not like, let me help you with clarity. It's not like this. What do you want? I want to be financially free. That is not clarity. I want a better marriage. Slap yourself. That is not clarity. What clarity looks like is this. I want X amount in the bank and here's why. I want X amount of deals coming in and here's why. I want my body to be weaponized and strong. I want to walk into a room and I want people, like this is Setema now. I love walking in rooms. I love people being like, okay, who's that? I love my energy to be at a certain level so when I meet people, they remember, okay, this dude is different. And I am. I know who I am. Because I stopped lying a while ago. I tell the truth. And anytime I start to lie, I'm like, whoa, that's not true. And then I'm clear. I am clear, crystal clear. Are you clear? Some of you need some help there, but we'll help you. Stop lying, tell the truth, and then get clear. I got 12 minutes. I'm going to do this. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. I want you to have a real, raw conversation with someone next to you about literally, if we were to come back 1 year from today, 2024, what are the results that are like, man, if I could do this, it would be amazing. And tell the truth. Don't be scared. I'm scared. I don't want to tell them what I really want. Don't be that person. Just tell the truth. Will you do that? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Have a conversation, and I'm going to give you a 30-second warning. 3, 2, 1, go. Get in the group. Let's go. What do you want? Thank you. You got 1 minute left, 1 minute left.
Brand new truck, be able to have big cash, want to be able to do whatever I want to it, have no other debt, retire my wife, she doesn't have to work, be able to have the opportunity to take my kids anywhere, do whatever I can for them, provide for them any which way. Have the freedom to do that. I'd like to have a brokerage as well. Start one. So
Love it. Love it.
It's been good. I would like to just be financially free, meet the obligations for my employees, feel comfortable about that. I mean, they're not employees, they have their own business.
Yeah.
We know that.
Got about 30 seconds, 30 seconds. All right, here's what I want you to do right now. Go ahead and stand up and go high five at least 10 people. Stand up and go high five at least 10 people. Give me some music. High five, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go. My guy, what's up, baby? Yeah, whoop, 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 whoop. I love it. All right, have a seat, have a seat. I love it, have a seat. Give me that 2 clap. 2 clap. 2 clap. 2 clap. All right, so here's my question, right? When you start to have real conversations, and again, you can have some fun in here. Up here, I heard someone say, dude, I love a new truck. Who in here would like to have a new car? Raise your hand. Cool. I love it. Some of you guys are liars. Here's another thing. It's so funny because, again, back in the day, I would only ever buy used cars. Today, Setema's version, for about the last 5 years, I have a rule. My rule is I only buy new cars. My wife only ever drives a new car. My son just turned 16. I got him a new car. And I can hear people, that's so dumb. I'm like, you go live your life, I'm gonna live mine. Because I am clear. And clarity means 3 things. How many? 3. To get clear, you're gonna be, there's a specific what. Say it. Specific what? Say it. Specific. So like financial freedom is like not clear, it's not specific. But I want $1 million in the bank, and I want my monthly cash flow coming in at 100 grand a month. That is specific, yes or no? Yes. That's specific. Lose weight, dude, if I could take my shoes off, take my clothes off, and I lose like 5 pounds. Real talk, I got some big clothes. If I want to manipulate the scale, I just don't drink any water. Dude, I'm down 10 pounds. So I want to lose fat. And I'm going to be able to run a mile next amount of time. I want to be able to bench and squat and jump. That's specific. So specific what? Say it. Say it again. Look at someone in the eyes and say it again. Specific what? It's specific. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? The second part of getting clear is a deep why. Say it. Why. Deep why. Why does this matter? I love Jim Rohn, who said the bigger the why, the easier the how. And you got to have layers and levels of a why. Why? Why? Do you know what your why is? Do you know what your holy cause is? Specific what? Deep why. You with me? Third part of clarity, future vision. Say it. What gets human beings, what's gonna get you to move and to do something is because you have this future vision and then you have this thing called faith. I believe that if I do this thing, I can get that. And the reason why this matters to you over here is because you created a deep why. The deep why is the meaning behind it. Like I always said, if I can do this thing, it would mean that I've made it, that I'm impacting people, that I'm living my purpose, that I'm a baller, shot caller. 120-inch blaze on the Impala. I did have a 96 Impala, by the way. So your why is yours. For some of you ladies, you're like, dude, you want, like, I ain't mad at you if you want to take booty shots at the gym. I don't care, because that's your why. For some of you dudes, you want to have a bigger biceps. For some of you guys, you want the bigger truck. For some of you, you're just like, if I could win the championship with my son's team, that would mean everything. The why matters based on this future vision. Now, final thing. Stop lying. Tell the truth. Get clear. And clarity is a specific what do you want? A deep why, and then a future vision. Final piece of this that changed my life is when I got committed. Say it. Committed. To commit means that you're going to do what's required, do what you said you would do, take decisive action in spite of thoughts, feelings, emotions, and moods. If you want to see what you are committed to today, all you have to do is do this. When we're done here with all the sessions, go up to your room, strip butt naked, go look in the mirror and be like, well, there's my commitment. Because results reveal past commitments. Why are you guys laughing? Because I know some of you are like, I do that every day. Y'all need to clean up your minds, guys. Come on now. But think about this. Your current results reveal your past commitments, because every result that is desired has an action that is required. Damn, I'm a poet. And I don't even know it. Just kidding. But for real, you want a result? Do what's required. So if you don't like, again, pull out your phone, look at the bank account, go look at the flow, right, the pipeline, go look at the car you drive, the home you live in, go look at the quality of your marriage or relationships. Just look at your peace and happiness. That will tell you what you, yes, you, not anyone else, not God, not the neighbors, not the president of the United States, not this, not show, you. That reveals what you have been committed to. Because if you commit to something, do what's required, do what you said you would do, act decisively in spite of thoughts, feelings, emotions, and moods. Do what's required, not your best. We have a t-shirt that says, do what's required. And on the back it says, because doing your best is for kids. I want my kids to do their best, yes or no? Yes. But if you're not doing what's required, I'm doing the best I can, Setema. Go back to elementary school, my friend. I'm doing all that I know, but did you do what's required? See, what's required to recruit is very different from doing your best. Do what you said you would do. How many of you, I'm gonna start Monday, and Monday comes, you're like, it's a holiday, I'll start next Monday. Shoot, it's my cousin's birthday's wedding, I gotta have some cake, I'll start next Monday. You know what, it's January 11th, shoot, I'll just start in 2024. Do what you said you would do, and your world changes forever. There's one thing I could share with you, it's just being committed. Being committed. You can't be committed unless you're clear. Hard to be clear if you're lying and not telling the truth. If you'll do this, I promise you, your world will change. And if you want to know what you're committed to, go look at yourself. Go look at the quality of your relationships. Go look at how you feel personally. If something's off, then you know there's something off in your software of the way you're operating. I'm here to tell you right now, you can change. I don't care how old you are. I don't care the amount of money in your bank account. I don't care if you're like, I'm afraid to go talk to people. Even if you're an adult, I get it. It can be frightening. Unless you what? Tell the truth about what you want, about who you need to be, and commit every single day to do the necessary required actions, and then and only then will you become that person. So here we go, last story here. I love this story, maybe you've heard it. If you haven't heard it, wonderful. If you've heard it before, just pretend like you've never heard it. And be like, oh my gosh, that was the best story ever. It's a young man, he's like pretty cocky and arrogant, and he hears about this wise man of the land. Everyone's like, oh, that's the wisest man in the land. So the young man's like, you know what? I'm gonna show everyone that this dude doesn't know what he's talking about. So he's like, I'm gonna go go to the top of the mountain to see this wise man. He gets there and he looks at the wise man. The wise man's doing what wise men do in parables. He's just drawing in the sand. And the young man says, yo, I heard you're the wisest man in the land. And the wise man says, that's what they say. And this young, arrogant man says, I got something for you. If you're the wisest man in the land, tell me. I got a bird in my hand. Is the bird dead or is the bird alive? And this young man's like, I got him. The wise man looks at him calmly and is like, Well, my friend, if I say that the bird is dead, you will open your hand and let it go. If I say that the bird is alive, you will squeeze and crush the bird. Therefore, young man, therefore, City2Shore, the answer is in your hand. The answer is in your hands, your heart, your choice. And if you choose wisely, you can go get anything and everything that you want. And that's real. And I love you. And I'm out.
Well, I hope you guys got everything out of that I did. It was amazing. Appreciate him being here and speaking. What we're gonna do here is we are running a little bit behind. So it's 2:10 right now. Give you about 5 minutes to get to your rooms, 2:15. Since we're 15 minutes behind, we still wanna give everybody at the time that they need. So we're gonna give everybody an hour. So the next class is gonna go from 2:15 to 3:15, and the next class is gonna go from 3:15 to 4:15. So plan on getting there, just use the restroom quick and get there, and then we'll plan on seeing you at the dinner tonight. So have a good day.